Alright, so this is option 2, and basically you will not be needing your belt anymore. We're basically using bike locks and we're using them as belts, and we'll just be running them through your pant loops. And I have two here. Basically, this one is called a cable lock, and it's loafer. There are a lot of these various types of ones. It was about $20 US to get this, and then the other one is what's called an Ottolock. It's a bit more expensive, and it's a little more heavy duty, but sometimes a little harder to use. All right, and then real quickly how this one works. So basically it moves along the cable like this. We're not really going to deal with this end part too much, the one with the loop here. Basically you can move it along, and then once you press this side button, it stops moving, and if you change the combination, it'll just stay there in place. All right, so basically you'd be having this part be your belt, and then you're adjusting the size and length by sliding this along. So what you'll do here is you'll put the round end into this part, into the top of the lock, and then you'll adjust it to the size you want. Now to lock it, you'll move both of these up like this, press this button, and then change up the combination, move it back down, and now it is locked in place. You can't adjust it. You can't make the belt bigger, so you can't move down the pants. It just stays on, it's locked. And then to undo it, you simply put in the combo, and you press this button right here, and this will come out. Pretty easy to get off and on. It's nice. All right, so let's show it in action. All right, so I've got a pair of pants here. All we're gonna do is run the cable through those belt loops. See, ta-da! All right, and then you'll put the round edge in. And make sure to adjust this part again so that when you put the round part in, it's tight enough so that somebody can't pull down your pants. And then we're going to lock it, and then you can change up that combination. And now it's basically a belt and you can't pull it down. What you might have to do, you might have to cut off some of this part. It's just as you won't really need it. And then you can flip this part up like under your shirt. You can try and put it a bit back to go behind your pants a bit. Another thing you can do is, instead of having it come in at the front here, you can have it where it's near your pocket. You can either go ahead and try and put that in your pocket, or you can put like a cover over it to hide it. Or again, you can flip it up, either hide it in under your shirt or try and stuff it behind the pants as well. You can also put on a belt over this to kind of cover it just a bit. Okay, so now we're going to use this one, and it really is just like a locking belt. How it works is you put in the combination, and then you can run this end part of it through it. Now it does make a bit of a sound, but honestly I haven't had too much of a problem with that, as I've just put it on and off in the bathroom. You push the side button and you push the end in, and that's how the belt works. All right, let's put it on the pants. As you can see, it's on just basically like a belt. Now this one does go all the way around to my back, and they do have this thing so that you can keep it on. They only have a few sizes. That is kind of the problem with this one. I had to get the last size, but basically once you get it on like this, switch up the code, and now it won't unlock. It's basically locked on there. To get it off, or just to loosen it, put the combination in, press the side button, and you can loosen it like that to get your pants on and off. One thing I would do is I would probably get this in black if I were to do it again. Silver stands out a little bit. I wouldn't put a belt over this. What I would do is I'd just put a cover over this part, over the combination part, just to make it a little less noticeable. But especially if you got in black, most people aren't going to notice this.
Okay, on to the pros and cons. So, pro, this option doesn't really hurt the belt, as the cable lock now is the belt. A con is that it, again, is hard to really hide the lock well. Now, a pro is that it is stronger than option 1, which makes it harder for an attacker to get it off. You have more evidence, and it gives you more time if you freeze or so. The con that relates to that is that it's harder for you or the hospital to get off, a little bit harder. Honestly, since you can cut those belt loops to get it off, it's not much harder than the first one. And if you are worried about the hospital, again, they've probably got something to cut those belt loops. You can cut the belt loops, you can cut or break the lock itself, or you can cut the pans. Thanks for listening, and let me know what you think.